Hey guys, welcome to my first Java tutorial, and I'm actually planning to make a series, and what I'll be covering in this tutorial specifically, tutorial 1, is the simple hello world statement in Java. And throughout the series, I'm hoping that I'll teach you a couple data types that are really important in Java. I'll teach you how classes work, what packages are, what the main method is, how to make your own methods, how to link different classes, tons of stuff. And I'm going to be leading you and teaching you by giving you different projects. And I'll be walking you through how to do the projects, and you can run them yourself. And yeah, so Java is really cool and it's a lot of fun, and I'm really hoping that this video will help a lot of people get started. When I began, I had absolutely no programming experience, but after a while, by just going through and practicing, I really got the hang of Java, and it's really cool. So anyway, tutorial 1 is hello world. Just like any other programming thing, you always got to start out with the hello world statement. So what I'm going to be showing you right now is, first of all, what I'm using. I'm using the NetBeans IDE, and all you have to do to get the I should describe what the IDE is. It contains the text editor, it contains the compiler, and it contains some other really technical stuff, but all you really need to worry about is the text editor, which is right here. Text editor is where you enter all your command codes, like you already see my print statements out here. So yeah, this is where you enter all your commands and everything, and then the compiler is what actually makes your code that you type over here readable in machine language so that your computer can run it. And what people have to do when they don't have an IDE is, what they have to do is that they would have to do something like, oh, okay, let me open a new text document, and they'd have to open a new text document and then type in all their code in that text document, save it with a file extension, go to your command prompt, run it with like Perl run it with Java using different Java commands. It's really annoying. So NetBeans makes everything easier. So yeah, get NetBeans, and the only way and NetBeans is free and it's very easy to download. All you have to do is go to Google. Sorry, my my internet is slow. Type in NetBeans, download. Then click the download button here. All you need is the SDK, the SE, and the FX. See, SDK, SE, FX. Download. It's free. No worries. And then just follow the instructions. Very simple. Let me get rid of that. Anyway, so once you have it downloaded, you're gonna click on the desktop icon over here, this cube. Click on it, open it up, and most likely what you're actually gonna see is, you know what, I'll just open it up with you. I had a tutorial class set up, but I'll just type it again, no big deal. You're probably gonna have this, the start page, and you don't need that, so just X out. Well, you're gonna create your first Java project. So go over here, click on this orange box, click project, Java application, next, and enter a name for your project. I'm gonna call mine tutorial 1, but you can call it whatever you want. Oh, sorry, I already wrote that. Tutorial 1. Yeah, if you already somehow, for some reason, you already have a Java class named that, then it's not going to let you do that, so just give it a different name. Anyway, you're going to have this, whatever you named it, package, whatever, tutorial 1, public class tutorial 1, and then main. You're always going to have this main. So I'm just going to describe some of these things to you. First thing you see here is this multi-line comment. You see this thing's grayed out. What this is, it's a multi-line comment, and what it is that by typing in / and star, you can make comments on multiple lines. And I know it's not a novel idea, but what a comment is that it's really handy. when you're typing in like hundreds and thousands of lines of code, it gets really hard to read your code sometimes, and then you lose track of what everything is, you know? Like, oh, what is this variable? What does this class do? So by typing in a comment, you can say that you can make your code much more much more read easily. So, you know, I could say, for example, in the top that this class will print out the phrase hello world. So now I know, you know, oh, this class will print out the phrase hello world. And, you know, once you start coding and once we start doing projects together, then you'll see how important this is. But just you need to know the syntax. So the syntax is this: / star, which is right above the 8, you know, comment. Or you don't even need a comment, you don't need to put anything there, but, you know, whatever, comment. Then hit enter. Look at that. IDE NetBeans just fills in everything else you need here. Comment 2, comment 3. So yeah, you guys get the idea. So multi-line comments. Next thing you see here is this package line, and the package is this thing with Java where it takes a bunch of classes, which you see over here, and it consolidates them so a user can easily recognize what classes belong to what. And a package comes in handy, and you don't ever need to worry about it when you're programming, really, other than to make sure that you're running the right project. So you always just, you can ignore it for now, and we'll discuss it like in later videos, but for now all you need to know is that it's there, and it represents, you know, here's the name you give it, and it represents well, basically, I mean, represents all the classes you have. It's just to designate that. It's like the umbrella thing, and from this where all the classes come from. Yeah, so I know it's a vague description, but like think of a package as like a box, and then all the classes go in that box. Anyway, classes are what are like the sustenance of your program, and what they have is that they contain methods which tell the program what to do. And in your classes, you're going to have all these methods, and the methods will run some command, and that command will say, okay, well, once the compiler runs through, it'll recognize, okay, here's the class, and here's the method. Okay, well, whatever class reference is given, then I'm going to run that. I'm going to run this specific method. So, yeah, and you'll see how this works again in later videos. Anyway, so the last thing I want to discuss is this public static void main, and this is an extremely important method, and what this is it's the main method, and every Java program you have needs to have a main method, and without it, your program doesn't run. So in every Java program you need to have something in your main method that indicates that this is where the program starts. Otherwise your program won't run, no matter how many methods or classes you have. You need to have something in your main method. And these are visibility modifiers, public and private. We'll discuss that later. Static, void, you can just ignore for now. Main, obviously the main, and string args. And string args is a parameter for this method, which means it's used in the method, but with the main method you're actually not going to see args written anywhere. But in other methods, as we'll do in the future, you will see how parameters are used. Anyway, so sorry for the long discussion. I just wanted you to get an introduction to Java. But now it's time to do your hello world, so you want to type in system.out.print parentheses, quotation marks inside the parentheses, hello world, and then at the end of the line, hit your semicolon. That's it. This statement right here prints out things to the console. It prints out things to your screen, and that's how the print statement works. So what you're gonna do is now we can run our program, and you'll see all this crap over here, comments. You won't see any of this printed out. the compiler looks and sees that, oh, it recognizes this as a comment, so I'm just going to ignore it. But this isn't commented. It's under a main method, and there's no comment, symbols before it, so yeah, it recognizes this code is actually part, this is something I have to do. So you're going to go up here, hit the play button. Hello world, build successful. Okay, so now what I want to show you is the system.out.println statement. So let's just say you have two lines of code, two print statements. Let's call this is a second line. Let me show you what happens if you just do print and print. It prints one after the other. Hello world, this is a second line. You don't want that usually, okay? It just doesn't look good. It's not good programming style, especially if you want to have output. So what you want to do is put a print ln in your hello world line. Now watch what happens. Hello world. Oh, look at this. New line. This is a second line. This ln indicates a new line. And what it'll do is that after this hello world statement, it'll basically return. It's like the enter button. It'll go down to the next line and then print this. So this is important. You want to memorize that. Print ln. And remember, just it's easy to mix up. The ln doesn't go on the one you want to actually put on the next line. It goes on the line before that. See, we wanted this as a second line on a new line, but we don't put print ln on that for that one. You put print ln for the hello world. So yeah, that covers print statements, and I think the only thing I didn't mention is single line comments, and that you just do is this is a single line comment. Instead of multiple lines, this is a single line. And see, if I hit enter, stars don't show up because it recognizes that's a single line comment. And to do that, it works just like any other comment. And to do it, you just hit / twice. So guys, anyway, thanks for watching, and just keep looking out for my next videos. Next tutorial, I'll be covering more about getting the variables. I'm going to cover data types, variables, methods, how they're used in classes, and we're going to start our first project. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon.